All right. Today, our viewer has asked, do you have any recommendations for some foods to cleanse the colon naturally?
Oh my, colon cleansing. I'm sure I'm going to get some adverse responses from this one from the colon cleanse community. And there's a whole industry set up from the colon therapy folks who avidly believe that the colon is a biological sewer pipe, that it's this evil tube in your abdomen filled with corruption and fecal material left over from cheeseburgers eaten 10 years ago, that it sticks to the wall of your colon and breeds all sorts of disease and corruption, and you better get that cleaned out, and hence all the colon irrigation, which I think is largely unnecessary, though I've had my colon irrigated out twice before doing long fasts. And it made me feel lighter and cleaner on the inside. That's one use for them, perhaps. But I had the colon irrigation, did the fast, and then had a second one at the end, and nothing came out. I was absolutely clean on the inside because of the fast. Now, that all said, does your colon wall need to be cleaned? I strongly believe the answer is no. Why? Personal experience. I'm a practicing primary care physician. I've done hundreds of sigmoidoscopies. I've been present at colonoscopies when I was doing anesthesia. I watched surgeons open up colons. Never once did I see or have any surgeon or gastroenterologist comment, look at all that old fecal material sticking to the walls of the colon. Oh man, I had to pick that off with a forceps. No, never, you never hear that, never see that. Why? Because the lining of the colon is very smooth, and very importantly, it's wet and it is slippery. There are mucus glands constantly producing mucus. It's a very, very hydrated, wet membrane. Things just physically can't stick to it. Plus, it's always moving. There's always these peristaltic waves along this tube with its slick inner lining there. It moves things along. Things can't stick to the wall of the colon. And if they did, it would destroy the blood flow underneath the fecal mass, and that would eventually necrose the wall of the colon and perforate out into the abdomen. People would get peritonitis, and it just doesn't happen, except in diverticulitis, which is a disease state. But normal, healthy colons, you don't get fecal material sticking to the colon, and so that whole concept, I think, is not worth investing a whole lot of energy into. Now, that said, if people are eating a low fiber diet, if it's all full of meat and dairy, those fecal masses move through the colon very slowly. The water gets sucked out of them. You get these hard masses of stool. Some of them can hang up in these little crevices in the wall of the colon for a while, for days, maybe a week or so. Eventually, it moves along there. But again, that's a disease state from an unhealthy diet. We shouldn't be eating a bunch of meat and dairy and putting these fibrous masses down into the colon. If you are eating a whole food plant-based diet, if the stool mass coming down is made up of rice and beans and fruits and vegetables, you're going to be passing these large, soft stools that are gently formed, slide right along, do not leave any residue behind. And the descriptive statement about them, they act like an intestinal broom, and the stool mass itself cleans off the wall of the colon there. And then when we do a colonoscopy or sigmoidoscopy and look up in there, we see the wall of the colon is pink and healthy. It looks like the back of your throat if you go into the bathroom, open your mouth, look in the mirror. That pink tube that you see in the back of your throat. That's largely what your colon looks like as well. It's pink and healthy. So this whole idea that you've got all this nasty corruption clinging to the wall of the colon, flush that image away there. Hit the delete button. You are pink and healthy on the inside. The best thing to do to clean your colon is, again, a high fiber, whole food, plant-based diet that produces these large, soft stool masses that act like intestinal brooms. That's the best way to clean your colon. Drink plenty of water. Take a walk every day, jiggle that colon up and down, help that bowel action to happen. But your colon is a self-cleaning organ, and there's nothing you really need to eat to increase the self-cleansing. But a few things you shouldn't be eating, namely the fiberless animal products. So relax, enjoy a healthy colon. It's a real blessing to as part of having a healthy body. Hi everyone, Dr. Michael Klaper here, announcing our new format for our Q&A with Dr. K. Annie Hagen will be asking me one question that's been sent in by our viewers. So if you want to see if your question is getting answered, do join us for our Q&A with Dr. K right here. Hope to see you then.